Have you heard of the book 50 Shades of Grey? If you haven't, you will. It's selling like, well, frankly, hotcakes, and it's essentially an adult erotic book. Elizabeth Vargas sat down with the newest, hottest author, E.L. James, for 2020 Tonight. Now, Elizabeth, I don't mean to embarrass you, but I understand that you have read the entire series.
Oh, yes, it was research, Tanya.
Oh, sure.
I had to read all three before I went to London to do the very first primetime interview with her. She's exactly not what you would have expected. Get this, she wrote a lot of this book on her BlackBerry on the tube on her way into London to work at the BBC, where she had a mid-level job there. I know, it's unbelievable. This book has taken the world by storm. It's on the cover of Newsweek. It's been featured in Time magazine. It's #1 on the bestseller lists in both the New York Times and on Amazon.com. There was a huge bidding war in Hollywood 2 weeks ago over the movie rights to this. It sold to Universal Studios for $5 million.
Wow.
This woman and her little hobby on the BlackBerry, this is the first novel she's ever written, have taken the world by storm. And you're right, Tanya, this is the first time really in a long time, maybe ever, that we have seen erotic literature take the main sort of table in mainstream bookstores. It's gone mainstream. It's on the top of the bestseller lists, and it's certainly the topic of a lot of discussions. I heard about it at school pickup when I was picking up my third grader.
No.
All the mothers were, they were pulling it out of their purses saying, "Have you read this?" And their husbands, in the meantime, are celebrating it, because as one husband put it on his Facebook page, it's 50 shades of yay, because the marital sex life has been so spiced up by this.
Now, I understand, in fact, that she was inspired by, of all things, the Twilight series.
She was. She was a huge Twilight fan. There are these internet sites, they're called fan fiction sites, and fans of a certain series of books can go on and write their own fantasies about Twilight. And so what this whole trilogy was born out of that. It's about a young, virginal ingenue who's clumsy, just like Bella, who falls in love with a very rich, powerful man, Christian Grey, in many ways like Edward the vampire. Only in this case, it's not vampirism, it's sadomasochism, bondage and domination. That is Christian Grey's thing.
You know, Elizabeth, I've never seen you blush until now.
I'm blushing, but the interview tonight is very charming and very funny. This author is, you know, she's a normal, you would never guess she wrote this.
No.
She did all the research on the internet, and she's got 2 teenage boys, and I asked her if she's going to let them read the books.
Yeah, I'm sure she did the internet on the research on the internet. One last thing, we got to go. Did you like the book?
You know, I did. They're a fast, fun read. I mean, this isn't, you know, Bronte sisters. It's not by any stretch of the imagination serious reading or literary reading, but it's a fun, fast read. I'm not sure you'd want to read all 3. That's a big investment. But the first one is a fun read.
All right, Elizabeth Vargas, catch a steamy 2020 tonight.
Try it out, Tanya. Try it out. You'll love it.
I'll say Elizabeth made me. It's tonight.
I'll send you a copy.
10 o'clock. Okay, do that. Do that. Then I have no responsibility in this. You know, friends and family are going to hold